Get out, sucker! Bye, sucker! Night, night!
Welcome to another edition of the Derder Headshot, brought to you by Rosaline.com. The first game of the day is a quarterfinals match between Houston Heat and Tampa Bay Damage.
Damage.
Let's go, boys. Come on.
In the first point, both teams managed to make it to their spots alive. However, Fedorov does a great job working his way down the snake and picking off damage players across the field. Chad Bougier is the last one left alive, and he gets one in the face. Heat is off to an early lead. In this next one, Damage manages to lane two people off the break, but then gets caught playing sloppy in their bunkers. Sergey catches Ramsey on the overslide in the snake, and after this, Yaya Bouchez manages to sneak his way into the Doritos. Jason Edwards fills into the snake, but shortly after, Chad Bougier gets clipped in the hopper, making a move. Sergey then manages to catch Edwards sleeping in his bunker. This leaves Timmy as the last one alive, and Heat is now up 2-0. The third point starts off with some hopper issues for J-Rap. He gets his hopper fixed up and bumps to the Snake Dorito, and at the same time Mishka works his way into the tall can. They're about to engage in a gun battle, but instead Mishka takes one up the butt from Fedorov. Shortly after, Jacob Edwards takes out Woodley cross field. J-Rab sneaks a ball on Fedorov's barrel, which leaves San Monville alone on the snake side. He makes the only desperation move he can, and Damage makes it onto the board. In the next point, Heat keeps three guns in back center and manages to lane out Ramsey off the break. However, J-Rab manages to make up for this by taking out Woodley across field. Chad Bougier and Jacob Edwards follow his lead and take out the last few players. Jacob attempts to celebrate with vomiting, but isn't successful.
I got it. Take a water.
In the fifth point, Damage answers back, taking out Ronnie Dizon off the break. However, Mishka makes a great move up to the Doritos to put pressure on Timmy, which then opens up a window for Sergey to make his move up the center, and he trades out with him. This leaves Keith on a 1-on-2 against Mishka and Chad George, and Chad puts it on him. The 6-point damage continues to break out wide, and Heat digs deep, sending Dizon to the snake off the break. He ends up getting clipped in the pack by Jason Edwards, so Chad George fills in for him. At the same time, Jacob gets clipped by Mishka while trying to wrap. Then Mishka gets clipped by Daniel Holiday while making his move. Shortly after, Chad catches Holiday playing loose in his bunker. This leaves Chad in a 1-on-2 against J-Rab and Edwards. He makes the wrong move. J-Rab is waiting for it. We're all tied up again. In this next one, both teams make it to their spots clean. However, this all changes when Chad Vigier gets a minor penalty for a hopper hit. Jason Edwards ends up as being the last one alive, and he isn't able to pull it off. Heat takes the lead once again.
You guys are fucking killing us. You guys are killing us. Come on.
The next point was an interesting one. Sergey did a great job getting into the Doritos quick and pinching Ramsey out of his bunker. He makes a move to the 50, but right when he does, Ramsey takes control and makes a clutch move into the snake. Fedorov sees this and makes his move to take him out, but instead he manages to fall on the ground, miss him, and get a major penalty. This leaves Sergey as the last one alive in a 1-on-2. Ramsey would shoot him if he had a working gun. However, he notices Sergey isn't paying attention to him, and he decides to make a run for it. He makes it, and Heat will start the next point with 4 bodies. Damage is trying to take this point as quickly as possible to save time on the penalty. And Keith does a great job putting pressure on Woodley. At the same time, J-Rab takes out Chad George. Shortly after, Keith sneaks the ball into Woodley's leg, and then J-Rab gets one in the head from his teammate. Despite this friendly fire, Jason Edwards storms the flag in to save time. Next point, Chad Vigier comes out hard, taking the Xbox off the break. Woodley tries to counter this move, but Chad makes him pay for it. After this, Fedorov manages to make it out of the box, and Chad gets clipped in his hopper by Sergey. Then Fedorov starts moving down the field and sneaks a shot onto Ramsey. This leaves J-Rab as the last one alive, and he isn't able to make it happen. We're all tied up once again. The next point is the deciding point in this match. Both teams manage to lose one player on the break, and J-Rab gives damage the edge when he takes out Woodley from the snake side. Shortly after, Jason Edwards makes a clutch move to take out Sergey, putting Fedorov in a 1-on-4 situation. J-Rab gives Fedorov one to the face and damages up by 1 with just over 2 minutes left in the match.
Tough, brutal match, back and forth. We gave up some points. We were up on bodies. We just gave them away, and you can't do that on Sunday, and you can't get major penalties, and that's what happens. So, it happens, but it just makes us work harder for the next one. So
we just played Heat, and it was a very hard game. We came out fighting. They came out fighting. It was a battle, bloodbath, and we came out with the win. But we had to fight hard for it.
Damage takes this one and moves on to play Moscow Red Legion in the semis. Here are the kill counts for the quarterfinal match between Damage and Heat. Our next quarterfinal matchup is between LA Ironmen and San Diego Dynasty. In the first point, LJ manages to take control of Alex Frazier in a gun battle, but Yosh Rao makes a great move to take LJ out and break the game open. Alex then bumps at the perfect time to catch Rainey Stanzek making his move. He then makes another good move to catch Brandon Short off guard in the snake, which leaves Hamill as the last one alive, and Frazier finishes off his hat trick in style, blowing up Hamill. Dynasty gets on the board first. The second point, Oliver Lang wastes no time pushing down the field, but Brandon Short wastes no time getting to him either, and makes an amazing run through up the middle, taking out 2 people before getting blown to pieces. After this, Ironman players fly down the field and end this point quickly. The match is now tied at 1. Dynasty starts off the next point in their favor, laning out Hamill on the break. This allows Oliver to make an easy bump to the Xbox. Rainey decides to do something about this and he takes Oliver out. He gets blown up afterwards, but also manages to get Dynasty a major penalty. Despite the major, they still manage to kill the last 2 players, but will start the next point with 4 bodies.
Line one, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Right here.
In the next point, Ironman managed to give themselves the 5-on-3 advantage by laning out Alex Goldman off the break. Then LJ quickly works his way up to the Xbox to put pressure on the last few players. It eventually ends up with Yosh and Alex as the last 2 alive, but with Hamill and the 50 Snake, this doesn't last for very long. Ironman tie this match back up and conserve 50 seconds on the penalty. The next point was a long 6-minute grinder. The Ironmen continue to hit their lanes and clip Alex Frazier on the break, and Ryan Martin quickly notices that no one is stopping him, so he makes his move into the Doritos. Dynasty's penalty is now over, and Dalton manages to make it out of the box. Goldman makes his move down the snake to get the angle on Martin, but misses the only chance Martin will give him. So he decides to bump down a little further instead of wasting his paint. In the meantime, Martin notices that no one is looking at him again, so he makes his move to the 50 to get the angle on Goldman. Alex notices this, so he sneaks his way into the diamond and nearly gets clipped on his back by Brandon. After this, it was a waiting game on who would make the first move. Martin takes the initiative and makes the move to Dynasty's Dorito 1. Glenn Takamoto then makes a great move to take him out, but the ref sees something he doesn't like and Glenn gets a major penalty. After this, Goldman starts to work on the snake side, but doesn't notice that Martin is still in, so he takes one in the pack. The Ironmen are back in the driver's seat, and Dynasty will start the next point with 4. Dynasty gets off to a rough start at this point with Oliver Lang diving out of bounds on the break. Well, that's embarrassing. Yosh Rao fills in for him and Hamill makes his move into the snake. Yosh sees this and tries bouncing a ball onto Hamill off the snake pin, but Hamill is aware of this and he's being very cautious. Yosh ends up getting clipped in the hopper, which leaves Alex Goldman alone in the corner, and it isn't pretty. However, Dynasty finally catches a break, and Mike Paxton is assessed a major penalty for overshooting. Ironmen get the point, but they'll start the next one with 4. In the next point, both teams start down a body. After Brandon bumped into the snake Dorito, Oliver decided it was a good time to push into the Dorito stand-up. During this, Hamill gets shot out of the snake corner and Yosh starts pushing down the field. Brandon gets shot out of his bunker by Alex Goldman, leaving Rainey as the last one alive. And Oliver gives him the double tap. Shortly after, Paxton comes out of the box and gets blown to pieces. Dynasty guys felt that Paxton should have got a penalty for talking after shot, but no penalties are assessed, and both teams will start the next one with 5. With just under 4 minutes left, this point is crucial for Dynasty to stay in the game. Alex Goldman notices the coast is clear and wastes no time getting into the snake insert. From here, he manages to catch LJ playing loose in his bunker, and then gives him some extra love. Brandon then tries making a move to take him out, but Alex catches him in the process. This leaves Hamill in a 1-on-2 against Alex Goldman and Yosh Rao. Alex makes a snapshot to take him out, and the match is tied at 4 with about a minute left.
It came down to a battle, as I expected. We practice each other all the time, so we know each other's techniques and style of play. It came down to a 3-3 tie. We were pushing down the field, they were pushing down the field to try to get the last point.
Time runs out in regulation, and this match is going to overtime.
Went into overtime. We set up a play to key up on the Dorito side. We shot their wide guy off the break. We made it, wrapped, shot their guy filling, got a G out of the back center, and from there it was a 2-on-4, 2-on-5, and we just methodically worked down the field and closed it out.
The game itself was an interesting game, to say the least. Just mentioning run-throughs that happened, a couple points that we thought should have been penalties, didn't really go our way, no penalties were called. We got some majors, and it's kind of hard to play 4-on-5. Which team of majors in the semifinals is a tough way to dig back from. You can blame whatever you want, but at the end of the day, we still could have done better as a team to overcome that.
The Ironmen take this one in overtime and will advance to the semifinals to face Infamous. And here are the kill counts for the quarterfinal match between Dynasty and Ironmen. The first semifinal game is between Moscow Red Legion and Tampa Bay Damage. In the first point, Marcelo gets far up into the Doritos, so Jacob Edwards tries to make a move to take him out. After a quick snap battle, Marcelo comes out on top. Marcelo is low on paint, but he doesn't have to worry. His teammates close out the point. In the second point, Kirill looks to make a move up the center, but gets clipped in the hand. Timmy Prop sees the opening and takes advantage, getting up to the A. Chad Bougier runs through the center, getting a kill. Panalev is stuck alone in the back center, chopping paint. He gets shot in a loose hanging pod and is lucky to not be assessed a penalty. In the next point, Keith makes a gutsy breakout far up the snake side. Marcelo makes it out to the corner, but when he takes a few steps out, he gets shot. Keith Brown is able to get a shot on Wheeler's pack before heading into the diamond. Unfortunately for him, the refs miss it. It's another long point, and Berdnikov is picking up paint. Axel moves into the center of the diamond, and Berdnikov moves up the Doritos. Keith Brown makes a move and trades out with Axel, and is also shot from cross field. Berdnikoff bumps again on the Dorito side and snaps out Jason Edwards with his remaining paint. He closes out the field with one more kill, and Red Legion takes the point. In the next point, Chad Bougier is headed up the center, and Axel is attacking the snake side. Pentelev is playing far off his bunker, and he gets shot in the tank. Axel makes a move up the snake side, and Chad responds by moving again up the center, nearly getting a shot on Axel. Axel comes over the top to try to shoot out Chad, but gets shot in the side of the head. He decides to keep playing. Didn't we already see you do this on the short bus? So the ref throws a major. Despite starting down a body, Red Legion is able to win the next point with more stellar play from Berdnikoff.
Well, closer to the finals, each field starts to be quite different, right? So in the prelims, you might see a lot of scores 7-0. But here, when the field is already tried out by the pros, you can see that the game starts to be really slow. The breakout decides everything. Even if you manage to lose somebody over here at the breakout, the chances are going real low for the team. But we managed to beat it up. Somehow we're still playing 4 guys against 5 better than 5-on-5. The match was harder. It was like in a 7-man style. And somehow we managed to pick it up. Maybe it's because we have a higher level. Maybe because we wanted to be in the finals more than Damage. Maybe because Damage guys are not on the very top position so far. They're kind of going low a little bit. But anyways, those guys are so sharp with so good breakout shooters, and they have given us a lot of hard times in the beginning of the game. We're in the finals for second time in this season. We're gonna see if that.
Basically, we're just playing Russian Legion. Probably every point except for the very last point were long points. We came down on one, but then the very next one they got a major, so we had to basically come out there real quick just to tie it. You know, what we had to do at the end is basically just shoot and go. You know, run out there, shoot, whether you have it or not, put your guy in and just run down, try to bunker somebody, do whatever, I don't know. So, we lost.
Still down a man, Red Legion holds off Damage to a 3-2 victory. And here's the kill counts for the semifinal match between Damage and Red Legion. The other semifinal game is between Ironman and Infamous.
Energy, baby. Come on! Bring it! Go! Come on now, let's go! Woo!
Drew Templeton makes it out to the snake corner, but doesn't play tight enough and a ball catches the side of his loader. Callie Rudolph tries to make a move up the snake side and he gets shot in the head. Rainey Stanzik is calling out kills from the back center. With a blown snake side, Bobby Vilas also tries to fill out, but is quickly eliminated. Just when it looks like everything is going right for the Ironmen, they're assessed a minor penalty and Rainey is pulled. Mike Paxson is left alone and Nikki Cuba cleans up the field. Infamous continues to send Nikki Cuba and Damian Ryan up to the center towers off the break. Cuba moves up to the A and Greg Sewers advances in the Doritos. Cuba puts pressure on the Ironman and Sewers gets a kill on a sloppy overslide from Ryan Martin. Brandon Short makes a move up the center to bunker out Nikki Cuba, but it's hardly enough to stop the onslaught from Infamous. Infamous would continue to dominate, scoring a total of 6 unanswered points.
it going? This is Kyle Spicka. We just played Infamous for our semifinal match to see who goes on to play for first. Came out pretty weak. They scored 6 points up on us, 6-0, shooting 1 to 2 people off the break every point for us. And we really weren't able to shoot any of them off the break. They kept capitalizing on it. We had nothing to lose really at 6-0 points, so put about 3 points back on the board, quick points. Last point, I think it was 6-2, 6-3, and they just tried to come through and they just beat us off, finished it off 7-3 or 4.
Nick Cuba, Team Infamous, just finished our semifinals game against Ironman. You know, watched them, scouted them real hard when they played their quarterfinals game. Todd, you know, did the brainstorming and put a great, masterful game plan together and really put us in the driver's seat from start to finish. We just came out fully focused, guns blazing, shooting lanes, controlling lanes, talking to each other. Our talk and communication is 100% right now. Our focus is 100% right now. Right now, just feel like the best that this team has played ever. Just feel like so confident with this team right now. We're coming up against Russians, and you know, they're just another stepping stone and just something in our way that we're going to knock the fuck out. Peace.
The Ironmen aren't able to get anything going until Justin Schwartz gets in a right-handed only gun battle with Damian Ryan. Schwartz comes out on top of this goon-handing fest, and Ironmen are finally able to put a point on the board. Comfortable with their lead, Infamous starts to sit back. The Ironmen win another 2 points, and Kyle Spicka has some words with Drew Templeton. With little time left in the match, the Ironmen head to the A off the break. This time, Infamous has an answer for their aggressive play, and they're able to put an end to the Ironmen. Brad McCurley gives Spicka something to think about. Infamous wins this one 6-3 and is headed to the finals. And here are your kill counts for the semifinal match between Infamous and Ironman. This is the final match of the Chicago Open. Red Legion versus Infamous.
Let's go. Do not come out fucking flat around here. Everybody get up and fucking stay up, all right? Okay. We got 20 minutes to fucking show that we belong here and that we fucking deserve this shit. Everybody needs to step the fuck up. All across the board. I don't give a fuck what the fuck happens. We go hard as fuck all the time. Everybody get up and stay up. Let's go. Come on. Let's go, boys. Come on.
In the first point, Kevin Rudolph heads up to the center tower for Infamous. Burtnikov makes a short stop before heading up to the A. However, he doesn't live long there. He gets shot in the face, looking underneath. Infamous loses Kevin Rudolph, and Red Legion lose Jason Wheeler, trying to make a move on the diamond side. Drew Templeton takes advantage and gets close to the diamond. He gets some bad information from the sidelines and he gets shot in the face. Bobby Aviles is chopping paint in the back center. He's left alone, trying to hold off remaining Red Legion players. He can't pull it off, and Red Legion takes the first point. The next point is one of the rare times that we don't see Infamous headed to the center towers off the break. Januszewski is able to make it to the diamond, but gets shot in the loader. Drew Templeton fills the diamond for Infamous and quickly gets a shot on Pantaleaf. Templeton then moves up, pops the top from the diamond, and sees his opening. Dennis Golev is left alone and Infamous swarms in. Infamous takes the point and evens the score. Infamous switches back to their standard breakout up to the center towers. A ref runs in to throw a major on Damien, who turns out to be clean, but only moments later, he's shot in the head by Prihidny. Prihidny moves into the Doritos and shoots Drew Templeton. Infamous concedes the point to conserve time. In the next point, we see aggressive play from Nicky Cuba. Cuba makes it up to the A and wraps, shooting Kirill. Cuba then runs down the center and breaks off Pantaleaf. Infamous ties the match again. After both teams lose bodies early, Berdnikov is able to make it up to the A for Legion. Marcelo puts the pinch on Damien from the Dorito, and Berdnikov runs up the center to bunker out Damien Ryan. Before Berdnikov can shoot Ryan, he takes some friendly fire to the back of the head. He plays on and receives a major penalty. The point comes down to a one-on-one, and Drew Templeton doesn't know where Wheeler is. Templeton gets shot, and Infamous concedes the point.
Паша будет стрелять в правую сторону.
So I'll shoot for the outside. And if he's only missed, then wait. From where? Detroit. Okay. Not Detroit, man.
Hey, it's a 1 point game.
Down by one and on the power play, Infamous needs a quick point. They attack from all sides, and Damien Ryan runs through the center, blasting Kirill. They even the score for the third time this match, with 1 minute left in the game and 24 seconds left on Berdnikov's penalty. In the next point, Red Legion clear out the back center quickly to make room for Berdnikov. Once out of the box, Berdnikov runs and dives all the way to the center A, but is quickly shot in the hand. Kirill makes a move into the Doritos, but game time expires, and we're headed to overtime.
блядь, обстреливает, блядь, как его, СМИ и все.
Нет, Snake Road.
No.
You made a corner? On the corner? Just see what's going on inside? Tell me to go. Tell me to go every time.
All right, guys, here.
Infamous lose Nicky Cuba shortly after the breakout. Kirill tries to wrap his bunker, but Damien gets a shot on the top of his loader. Brad McCurley makes a big move from the corner of the diamond side. Brad gets into the diamond and gets a shot on a stumbling Berdnikov trying to make it to the diamond. Turning his attention inside, McCurley is then able to get a shot on Marcelo, moving up to the Doritos. Axel is left alone in the corner and Infamous claims their victory.
Well, NXL just proved that this is the toughest league all over the world, because over here you have so many teams that have such a different style of playing that doesn't matter that you the Dynasty 7-0, then mid-range team like Infamous can easily beat you in the finals in a nice close battle while digging out the victory as those guys did. So it means that we must be 150% ready for the next events. We can't be just good, we must be the best again. We have like 50% of the new kids in the team. This is the long-term perspective. And we're gonna be the best guys. We're gonna see it. We're on the right way. It's our third event. We're in the finals for the second time. The team will be getting better and better. We'll see that.
Just got to, say shout out to my girl. Love you, Kristen. Love you, Isabella. Love you. All my family, our sponsors, our fans. And it was just a hard-fought battle the whole time. We, once again, brought it to overtime and just kept our composure. And we got a bunch of just hungry kids that want to win and want to set their mark in paintball history. And that's what we did today. It's just like I said earlier, stepping stone to our future and starting our dynasty. This is our home field, this is our house. CPX is our new home. We have a bunch of, Chicago boys that live here. We're here every weekend practicing, grinding. We're grinding on this field all the time. It might be just that feeling, but we're gonna bring that feeling every other tournament. Woo! Woo! Boys. Yeah, boys. Yeah. Who's else is this? Who's else? Yeah, that's what it fucking feels like! That's what it feels like, baby! Ooh, step up. Name another one fucking point. One fucking point. OT, bitch! Yeah, for power, boy!
Thank you for supporting Derder Productions with the purchase of this download. Coming up next, Derder's Short Bus.
What's up? Top of our cheers up here with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and this is WWL7.
Yeah.
Milk was a bad choice. I'm so nervous. It's like my 9th pro event. Ugh.
It's like, did you get that?
He threw up and then pieced out the cameraman like, Toronto, son.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hide behind this airline for the bunkers.
If you start to take paint, just get low.
Oh, he's got a revolution mask though. That's why I give him credit for the revolution mask. Safe!
That dude was in a band before paintball. He would come running on stage. Double knees.
Woo! Toledo!
How are you feeling?
Are you ready to rock? Des Moines!
What is
Mom, what are you doing?
my lovely lady lumps? Hold on a second.
Wait.
I know there's a guy closer, but I'm gonna fill all the way back across.
Did he just run from the stands? Where did he come from in this one?
Is this practice?
Get out of the way,
Hey,
ref.
ref.
Get out of there. Hammy! Thomas reffing this? What just happened there?
He just blew out that ref's leg right there.
The ref was going to throw a red flag. He could reach for it.
Everybody knows you're supposed to use the ref for cover.
Yeah, you're running behind the ref, not in front of the ref.
Behind the ref.
Or shoot him out of your way.
If the ref gets shot, he's not out.
There goes that ref's highlight career that he was depending on. What do you mean PSP doesn't have car washes? I'll make one right now. He's trying to get a job with Sup Air. You know what would be a good place for this bunker? 2 feet that way.
I think he was telling people he was swole. When he was watching it, he was like, did you see that Clearwater knock that bunker clean over?
Oh, I'll take bunkers down when I shoot people.
Extreme workout plan. Run the bunkers, knock them over, and then play paintball and shoot people.
You know, only I can knock that shit over like that. And then Billy Wing came in and was like,
He was
like they remember. He tried to get small in it too, real quick.
Oh god.
Hold on a second.
I gotta go back. Okay, ready.
I'm going to the snake side.
Oh, wait, what? I touch it. You touch it again? Touch it? No? Yes?
Why? Why?
Yet? Da.
I think he left early, did he?
Because in Soviet Russia, games start you.
Hey, you better get a good running start. I don't want to jump on top of your ass.
Is that Texas?
I thought this was the Tropical Open in the rainforest of Vietnam.
That's not the Phoenix event right there, right?
You sure? I don't remember it raining in Texas.
It looks kind of muddy.
All right, you're next. Get your shit over here.
This is some good old-fashioned hazing. Here, new guys. This is Mike Paxton's behind all this, by the way.
You're not gonna tell him no with a beard like that.
Yeah, hey, new guy. See this? Yeah, get in there.
Go big, kid.
You.
Took a high Hamill. Bam, get in there.
Get in there, Toke.
Is that good enough?
Hey, why did they have to do that? Well, this one, new kid, got a major. You gotta go jump in the mud, or you get a ring of fire, one of the two. It's whatever you like. He got 2 majors with a little one another way, but you know, we let him off easy. Just 1 jump, no big deal.
Oh my gosh, Paxton is getting way too nice in his old age.
Tell me about it. First of all, you should have got the ring of fire and had to jump in the mud.
Yeah, new guy, plus the major.
Second of all, whose rental car are they riding in? Because usually the Ironmen are in one van. You just had that dude jump through the mud. Now get back in the rental car we have to pay for.
Yeah. Spica ain't that new either.
Yeah.
He was like, Spica, you're the new guy. Spica's like, wait, I am?
Spica, it's your 3rd season on Ironman. We're gonna haze you.
Yeah. You just jump in, do one for Hamill too.
Toke, get in there.
What's funny is that he runs and dives into this mud the same way he runs the Snake 1. With his arms back like this, like Superman.
All out.
But right here, he looks kind of like Fedorov. See, watch some arms back. Whee! And then I need you to do a Fedorov into the mud. Get some. There you go. Mouth open.
You kids at home might notice the lack of nets around the field. That's because they blew away to the airport runway. So
yeah.
Oh God, here we go.
Please tell me Riley's gonna throw the jersey over.
I attempt to throw it through. I see a rather hood is what you're in the crowd.
That's me.
Yeah! It obviously didn't work. What should I do? Try it again? Yeah!
This is for Riley.
Twice this didn't work. I'm not gonna try it again. That would be completely stupid. Why would I try it again?
I can't get this.
There's no way that I what?
I'm gonna fail. Super fail. Hey, first of all, he was like, first 2 times no. I'm just gonna take a pod, not wrap the pod and maybe tie it around the jersey. He just put the pod in his hand and put the jersey on his hand like this. I was like, whoop.
Meanwhile, that pod goes flying into the crowd and takes somebody out.
It's way in the end of the pod. Was this at the end of the tournament?
No. This is like the middle of day 2.
Do they have to play any more games after this?
Yes. Riley, we still got time. That's cool. I got Jersey.
He saw Zach Wake's flag hanging up there, and he's like, I can do that.
He tried to throw a crowd penalty. Hey, what do you got cheering for the other team for? Done it, shark hat.
Woo!
Hey, you left your hat behind. That's a penalty.
He must have been running way faster than it looked on
Way
camera.
faster. This must have been in slow motion.
I think the camera subtracts about 10 miles an hour because his hat blew clean off.
No.
Was he mad he lost his hat?
Probably mad that it rained for 46 consecutive hours and he had to wear that hat.
And he's wearing a beanie. How many beanies are you allowed to have again?
14 if you play for the Jesters, apparently.
Wait a second. So he's got 2 headbands. Because I see multiple tails wagging. And then you got a beanie, and then you got another beanie. Hold on a second here.
If you get shot in the beanie, you just take off the beanie.
Oh, damn it, there goes my cover. Hey bro, you're not allowed to wear 16 beanies. Get out of here, you're out. Stupid. This is the world's worst pack. Hold on a second. I swear I started in the back center with 12 pods, and now I've got 1.
As a side note, I play with that pack. It's not that bad. This guy apparently just doesn't know how to use it.
Well, let's see how many we lose here. How many pods are we starting? Okay, so do we lose any on the run? Let's keep it counting.
1 immediately.
So on the run, 2 dropping 3.
Yeah.
2 dropping 3. So we'll just ditch those, and then 4. So to make that bump cost him about 600 rounds.
Yeah.
And now we're off to the races. There goes another pod. So that's 5. We'll say 40 bucks.
Yeah. Second guy to the snake is gonna feel like Easter when he gets there and there's bait for him.
he maybe shot half of a loader and it cost him 9 pods.
These are the guys that get on PB Nation and talk about the efficiency too. Like, hey bro, you're crazy. My Eagle 11 gets like 71 pods because I still had 3,800 air at the end of this point, and I had 12 pods on my pack. So if you divide that, that's like 11 cases out of my gun.
11 cases off every fill.
Yeah.
These are also guys that go home and be like, man, paint is so expensive. I'm going through literally 12 to 15 pods a game. Yeah, Porterfield, get out of here. Here's Thomas and Moorhead combo.
This is RNT Galveston 2011.
No, I'm swimming.
No, I'm not hit because there's yellow mud, ref.
He shot his mohawk sideways. He said it was like,
what is that, hair gel?
Dude, this might be the first time ever that if he hadn't had the mohawk, it might have whizzed right by the front
over
of his head. Yeah, watch. Because it hits the mohawk from the side angle. Hold on a second. Bam! See? Look at that.
So he must be getting shot down the tape here.
Thomas, he's going to start having to go backwards a little bit with the hawk. Start the hawk back here. Start the hawk back here.
I think genetics and natural selection is going to start working the mohawk back for him.
Well, when he dives like this and you get shot in the side of the mohawk.
Hey, do these guns work if I put them underwater?
Hey, electronics plus water equals...
Not electronics anymore.
Hey, we sat here and watched these guys. Every single dude. Hold on a second. What?
What? My hopper, for some reason.
Speed feed in the rain. Plus 2 inches of water in my gun.
I could see if you dive and it's slippery and you put the gun in the water. You think you would pull it out of the water? No. Slide it in the mud more.
Yeah, well, here we have.
This reminds me of a song that I sing to my son. Row, row, row your boat. Gently down the snake.
Gently down snake 1.
You're an idiot. That's why your gun doesn't work. I think everybody remembers that nursery rhyme from their childhood. I'm in 50 snake and I can't shoot anybody. And I'm too stupid to figure out why. Get your gun out of the mud. Now he's shooting shotgun blasts at dirt down the field. Get that guy out with the mud on his pack, ref.
What type of gun is that, man? Is that the new Lux? It's a Super Soaker, man.
Nah, bro.
Super Soaker 700 right here. No backpack either. Everything is fully contained on the bottom. You just gotta pump it. Gotta pump that damn.
I believe I can fly and swim.
Lay down the slip and slide. What we're gonna do is we're gonna lay down a slip and slide at about, the got. And then you just hit it, go straight to the 50 snake.
Easy.
Make sure you have your gun in the water.
So, how do you turn this camera on?
First of all, that's gotta be Kakuza.
It's gotta be.
Yo,
Yo, how you turn the camera on?
how you turn the camera on, yo? It's Kakuza.
Hey, it's Kuza.
Hey, it's Kuza from Derder.
Hey.
I get all the best shots.
Hey,
While the games are going on, I'm standing here.
hey, you think Rob's gonna like this footage of the ground that I'm filming right now?
Hey Rob, you gave me a camera in a box.
I don't know how to use it.
The camera in the box don't work.
I pressed the focus button, the power didn't turn on.
Which button you supposed to push to make the camera box turn on?
I pressed the aperture button, the camera didn't turn on.
The ref turns around, turn the stupid camera on, Kakuza.
The ref can't even stand to look at him. He's like,
Ref's
I'm
like,
so embarrassed right now. I'm just gonna hide my face with this towel.
Damn it, Kakuza, alright. Meanwhile, this dude's getting shot in the goggles.
Yeah. The other refs are not paying attention, laughing.
Nobody cares because
Boom.
DQ is looking at the ref like, look at Kakuza, can't even figure out how to
Look
turn the
at
thing
this
on.
moron. Am I hit?
No.
Hey, is there a paintball hit under this paint? No.
He was like, look at Kakuza.
Look at
dumbass.
Kuza. Look at it. And then this jobber can't even turn the camera on.
Hey, I thought you was Kakuza from Derder. This is the HK, the local 5-man. Oh,
Shake it.
gun doesn't work.
Shake it. What? Hey, any of you guys behind me got anything that commit? Oh,
Hold on a second. There's something wrong here.
all right.
Wait, hold on a second. Go back real quick.
Hold on.
This dude, he's shooting, he's shaking his loader like there's a reason why it's not working. Hold on
All
a
right.
second.
So
Oh, loader disappears.
I started with a loader. I get here, no loader. I'm pretty sure when you leave equipment behind, that's why it's a penalty. But I still got the bottom half, so the penalty does not apply to the top shell. Kids at home, you remember that. You leave the top shell behind, you're good.
Hold on a second.
Wait,
Did I forget the batteries?
I'm missing half my hopper, so I'm gonna shake my gun and hope that it magically appears.
What's that noise? Wee! Wee! Hold on a second here. There's a, yeah. With these.
I remember when you bought it, it had a top shell. What happened to that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. He's lucky that this is at the 7-man event, because if this would have been at that Galveston event, that top shell would have floated right in the Gulf of Mexico. He'd have never saw it again.
Hey, I think this is fuzzy right here. Oh my, oh God! Hey, this is Fuzzy Jackson right here.
From the top rope.
Hey, he didn't.
Atomic bomb, big splash right there.
He looks like Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
What is he jumping onto?
I don't know, but he took like two little baby steps, two quick little baby steps real quick, and then just got airborne and jumped.
Get it? Get it?
Woo! Bam! I'm gonna jump over the stream of paint that's not there. What are you doing? Look at this guy. This guy must be awesome. Got a giant rosin headband and a Derder sticker on his goggles.
Hey,
I like this guy.
that'll get you in the video, kids.
I got nothing bad to say about this guy. He doesn't even need a gun. He's probably gonna shoot.
Hold on,
most of
let me
these
go
guys.
back. No.
This dude definitely crawled and then lost his gun and said YOLO and just kept going.
Just kept going. Like, gun? Where we're going, you don't need roads.
You don't need guns. Unbelievable. Hey, here we have the Legion out of Australia, who 4 out of 5 guys made the short bus. Except for my man right here.
JT goggles.
Hold on a second. Carver.
I will block paint using only the power of my mind and my tremendous gravitational pull.
This is how you're telling me how Rich Telford shoots on the break. Turns around, takes 3 shots, closes his eyes, ducks, and then lunges forward.
And wills the paint away from him.
And just get up. No paint shot hit
This
me.
isn't the back center player you're looking for.
Oh, Ryan
Alright.
Smith. Something feels different here.
It's a nice breeze.
Dude, these are a couple Houston Heat players right here. We
Yeah.
have LJ, John Woodley right here, and we got Ryan Smith in the back center. And Ryan's like, I'm gonna get this guy at all costs. Hold on a second. Oh, I forgot something here.
What?
What is going on? Turning, he buried his face into that guy's crotch real quick and was like, I can't see shit!
Hide me under the girth of your loins.
What? If you own a hold on a
Is
second.
that
here.
Jiffy Pop? What was that?
Yeah,
Paintball's been around 30 years.
something like that.
When are people gonna start tightening their feet next?
Why? What for?
That's why.
He was in no rush to put it back on too. He was like, whoop! Oh, there it is. What's going on?
He doesn't want the ref to see that his rotor went more than 5 feet from him.
Yo, this is Tom Martinez. Thanks for watching the short bus and the headshot. I'm here with my man Chris Burgess. Peep the game. Peep the game. I'm here with big old Steve Rabakoff.
You're gonna mess up my pay deal.
I'm here with Rab from GI Sports. And how are you doing today, Rab?
Well, my son was cheating a lot. It was very embarrassing for me. That's all, folks. Just Elmer flooded the shit out of that. Ow! Pay me.